Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech for yet more of the daily gaming news here on the 21st of September. My name is Amata and today I've got some more news for you on Gran Turismo 6, as the developer Polyphony Digital has said that it does aim to have a fairly large update ready for the game's launch, and this actually comes direct from the series creator Kazunori Yamauchi, and he said to Eurogamer, quote, "It's an incredibly tight schedule. As to being able to include everything we want to on day one, we probably won't be able to. I think for the 12 months following the release we'll continue to update the software, because in Gran Turismo 6 we're preparing a lot of different things we haven't touched on yet." And he did say that improvements to the game's multiplayer mode are things he aims to have included in the day one patch release, and he said, quote, "I can almost be certain that there'll be a day one patch applied. The online features are already working. We'll be updating it with a day one patch, and we're still overflowing with stuff we'd like to do. So I think the day one patch will be fairly large." Now, obviously, this is kind of to be expected. It's a shame that they'll have to do a day one patch, but obviously developing a AAA title such as Gran Turismo 6 is going to be a rather long process, and of course when you've already pushed back the release date once, you don't want to hold it off any longer to perhaps get those things released with the game rather than having to release a patch later on launch day. Now obviously I don't think this will really affect things too much, as it obviously is of course planned to be coming out on day one, but it may result in some initial problems for anyone playing the game before this patch actually comes out, because of course that they may need a few extra hours or what have you, and of course there may even be other problems that result from the launch, other bugs, glitches and so forth. It's of course been known to happen that a user will find a bug that perhaps the game testers missed or something like that, because of course one person or a group of people can't test for every single bug, so they just may not think of something that a user might try, and therefore we have a whole host of launch problems as well as the initial issues that will be coming before the day one patch is actually released. Obviously it's just pure speculation. It could be the smoothest release ever for all I know, but I'm just saying that any launch is bound to have some problems, so it's probably for the best that they're releasing it on day one, and I just hope it doesn't have any real effect on the multiplayer component of the game on day one, as I'm sure that that's what most people are going to be interested in once they've played the campaign enough to get used to the driving and all that good stuff. Of course, the campaign story mode is one of the aspects of Gran Turismo 6 that you want to be playing. But I say that the main thing that's going to be attracting people in terms of longevity is going to be the multiplayer. So fingers crossed that this day one patch actually does help things and it doesn't result in too many problems for those of you who actually are playing the game before the patch actually goes live or what have you, and hopefully they actually get it done on launch day, because of course if there are multiplayer issues and they can't get the patch up in time on launch day or what have you, that's probably going to result in some problems for those of you trying to enjoy the online mode. But hopefully, fingers crossed, Gran Turismo 6 will get a smooth and problem-free launch. It's pretty common practice these days that you get a fairly large patch either on launch or recently after it. It's just the way of the world, unfortunately. With how large and how expensive games are and how long they take to make these days, it's pretty much to be expected that there might be some tweaking still left to do once the game comes out, and once that all of the users are actually on it, especially if it has an online component. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.